Okay, 1989, good luck. So we've not played before, no head-to-head score. Opponent, 240 games of rapid. Now let's just challenge for the center. Okay. Let's just bring our bishop up. Maybe go London structure this game instead of the Reti structure. So here, knight down, we do have knight up. Yeah, let's just do that. Just go the most basic, simple structure that you tend to play. Or we can bring our bishop up and pin that knight. It's not really a nuisance, but we do have knight up. He guards it. So we'll just castle there. Now we can try and worry about what to actually do. So he comes forward, so we're just going to drop the bishop back and maybe c3 or c4, just come back over. And then at some point we might be able to play a move like knight forward, knight up, just common sense development moves. Okay, he's gone around to attack the bishop, logical. So I think we'll take that opportunity to develop our knight. Lots of ways we can take back if he takes, he might not do. We've still got c3. He's brought the other knight across. So I'm now going to play c3 and he either takes it now or he won't get a chance to. I could go with a pawn and put pressure on this backward pawn. That could be an interesting idea. He hasn't taken, so we're going to drop out the way. He'll probably play knight in at some point. We'll end up taking, I guess. Okay, so he's coming there as well. So take, knight takes up should be good. We should be fine to take here. Now, do we want to take here and give him this pawn structure? Here takes, we've got b3 immediately, haven't we? I mean, he might go this way, but I'm assuming he wants to open the file, but I think we've got the immediate b3. So I'm going to play it. If he takes, we bring the pawn across. If he doesn't, we're threatening to take here. I mean, again, I guess he's still got knight out wide, but it feels okay. I mean, we could even maybe close it down more with b4 if he does that. Let's just see. Oh, he has taken. So we're going to bring the pawn across and we're going to try and just push forward. It does give him an outside pawn. It's a danger alert, isn't it? But I think I need to do this. It does give him this outside pawn. It could win the game. It could lose the game. Okay. I'm going to play knight forward now and challenge this knight. Hold on. Do I go with a pawn here? I doubt it, but you've got to consider it. I think the bishop is the move if he takes, but he has. Yeah, it's got to be the bishop, I think, here. It's whether we can target this outside pawn. And what do we do about this? We want him to take so we can just plant the pawn forward. So obviously he's not doing that. He ain't doing that, is he? What about rook up and just try and target this quickly? Queen up here to hit this pawn here. There's a bit more of a target. Let's develop the queen and make room for the rook to come across, or make room for the rooks to double up. So he has gone there, but now I can take here. He'll get an isolated pawn. Yeah, I'm going to take there, see how he captures back. He's gone with the pawn, okay. I'm going to spend a move giving my king a square. Now I'll try and activate my rook somehow, or push forward. Yeah, this might be a lost pawn. It's whether it's worth protecting it. Oh, I've trapped my bishop. I didn't see that. I've just trapped my bishop in not paying attention. That move has just lost the game. What the heck have we done? Literally just lost the game, hasn't it? Yeah, I'll just tick this game over now. I won't bother with this now. Hold on, pawn. Yeah. There's nothing you can do some days. I'll just play it like a bullet game now and get it out of the way. This game is over. Done, kaput. I mean, if you can get a pawn, that would be nice. If you get that pawn, that would be very nice. But I don't see it happening. I mean, you can't play rook here. Rook here is easy to deal with. This pawn is okay. So I don't see there being any counterplay compensation here at all. There's no way to get to the king, is there? So yeah, just get the game over with. I'll play on a few more moves and then I'll just resign and get on with another game. Okay, he's connected, isn't he? Yeah, good connection. I think what he's looking at is just queen up, rook up, and then coming forward here. And then it forces the queen off the board. I think that's what he's looking at. But as soon as I try and double a rook up, he's just got rook across in any event. So there's nothing I can realistically do here. I don't think so anyway. He's played rook queen up straight away, allowing this pawn to fall. I see no reason not to take it then, so I'll take it. I thought he was looking at there to guard to encourage rook up. Now rook up could be a move. I guess he'll play one of them. Actually, no, he can't play across now because he would lose it. So he doesn't have rook across right now. So that maybe lines up this. If he comes too far forward, we've then got rook here. But now I've got rook here threatening to take, right? So what's his idea? I don't see it. I'm going to hit the pawn. He's obviously going to get this outside pawn. I can't really save this, can I? So I won't worry about that. But yeah, of all the moves, I just pushed the wrong pawn, got my bishop trapped, not paying attention. You get days like that, of course, where you're not really paying attention. So let's take with the rook, try and keep it on the board, see where he's going to go. But we do have a check, one single check, but we have a check here to hit the rook if these pieces move out the way. I doubt we'll get it, but the potential. Actually, we're triple attacking this pawn, aren't we? But if I lose one of my rooks, then what chance have I got? But I've got rook here to hit the bishop. He can check, takes, check up. And we still have a check threat. If we take here, he takes, we can take this pawn. But I'm kind of going to lose one of the rooks anyway, aren't I? So I might as well take it then. I'm losing the rook anyway, so I might as well take it. But we've actually now got 3 pawns for the bishop. So he'll check here or he'll check here. King up is my only legal move if he does either of them. Well, I mean, technically you can give up your queen, but you know what I mean. I'll just click my little heater on there. But I might end up being really defensive here. If I could get the rook to defend somehow and release my queen, that could be okay. But what's he looking at? Some sort of check like this or a check like that. Now, you don't want to block with a rook. You could check here and force the queen off, and then it's just 3 pawns against the bishop. Is that playable? If the rooks came off, it might be. If the rooks come off, that could be playable. But pawn up and pawn up kind of weaken this, don't they? But that could be a good move as well, creating a check threat and the rook to come behind. But do I check here, and say I'm still really trying to play for a draw at best, aren't I? But it's better than what I had. If you block here, you lose the game on the spot because of check, so you can't do that. But I can check here. Or I can push the pawn and gamble and sack one of the pawns maybe. But what do I do after I've pushed the pawn? I just don't see it. I'm leaning towards queening, and then hoping I can keep these intact and keep the rook on the board. Yeah, let's do that. I don't see anything else. I'm just going to have to be relatively defensive and hope I can stay up that bit on the clock. But it's not easy for his bishop to target f2. Because if I just stick the rook out wide somewhere and try and stay on a light square. Let's just go here for now then and hit the bishop. Eventually just try and edge forward if we can, but we've got to be careful about not collapsing the pawn chain. So let's just go up one now and try and put them on light squares. So he's come up. So here, does he want to come down maybe? As soon as I start marching, it gives him a target. Let's go with this one first then, rather than this one. So he's come forward. Actually, do I go up 2 here? Let's go up 2 because we can still get behind. He might not even take it, he might push. He might ignore it. He has. Let's go across. Obviously, I'm trying to do this. He has indeed pushed forward. Let's bring the king up. But now he'll be looking at this sort of concept. It might not be possible to stop. Oh, he's allowed me to push through. But do I take? And then I've got triple pawns, haven't I? No, it's got to be right to take. Start marching the pawns. There's no point going here because he's protected. I'm going to try and come back here to guard this. Then march forward. I want to try and march forward if I can. So let's go here now. Oh, he's got rook right across, hasn't he? Because I still have to push this pawn out of the way. I guess I can go here for a move. Then try and do this. Now I can try and hopefully zigzag forward. As long as he doesn't get the rook in here in a way that I have to take. And I can't stop him. Wait, but that lets me push on, right? Or king up? It's got to be king up. Oh, I just check. What the heck have I done? Why didn't he just check there and win the pawn? He's making a few mistakes here. He's making some mistakes. Let's try and kick this bishop. But what we don't want is the rook getting here, and then I have to take. And that's what he's got now. If I go here, he's got rook in, so I have to go forward. But I'm going to create a checkmate threat, I think. I'm going to go here and create a checkmate threat and try and box his king in. So now we create a mate in 1 threat, and we threaten to play a pawn up as well. And hopefully get the rook behind his pawn. So we might still lose this game. We're probably still second best, but it looks a lot better than it was. Wait, so has he just lost the bishop? Has he just blundered it? He's blundered it for sure now. How the heck have we done this? Surely if I go behind the pawn and then just push my pawn, he's just blundered it away from a completely winning position. I'm assuming it was completely winning. Let's find out. How the heck we won that game? No idea. I just felt like I'd completely messed up and I just got my bishop trapped. What was it? 52 moves? They're the move times for both players there. Let's see what the engine thinks of it. Yeah, that's why you don't give up games which are hopeless, isn't it? Just in case, because you just never know. You just never know. It felt hopeless. Maybe it wasn't as bad as it felt like. -2, yeah, that's playable. I just thought, oh, I've blundered, that's it, the game's over. And it actually wasn't, was it? I actually played, on the whole, not so bad. So 89% versus 83%, CPL 27 and 41, and my average is actually just over 30, about 31, 32. So my love, it's actually not a bad game, even though I've gone wrong, and on another day, obviously, it would be punished. But let's see what we did. Well, we know what we did. We just got our bishop trap. Now, he should have traded the bishop there. He didn't. And we're 1.4, and we're okay and okay. So this is all okay for us. I shouldn't have played c4. I should have played the queen up first to hit the pawn, I guess, preparing this. Maybe you can come up here and pin the knight as well. I didn't see that. And here, we should have played queen to c2 as well. But we're still fine. We're still about level. And this is the position where we went wrong. We just simply got our bishop trapped. We just blundered there and got our bishop trapped. We should have moved the other rook across. I was just trying to give my king a bailout square for later on and simply just missed the fact that the bishop had no squares to run to. And it's minus 2.2, but it was actually the worst that we were for the whole game. And it's already coming back. But yeah, I'd seen this. Queen to d7 just to guard everything. And you play rook up, and then he plays queen to d6, and suddenly you hit the two pieces. And if I move the rook away, he can then force the queen off the board. And that's going to be better for him. He just made a mistake there. So now I've got a pawn. And in this position, that's a blunder. And we should have played the rook to d7 here instead of taking as well. But obviously I've seen this. Takes up. But that was the right move, no doubt, creating a check threat. Does it give the line? No, it just says rook to d7 and that's it. So that's what I should have played. That's all it shows. But I'm actually 2.5 better if I'd have found rook to d7. But I'm still level here. But of course I've got 3 pawns, so it was right to trade the queen and go into an endgame. And it feels like you're just trying to hold on, but I'm actually level 3 pawns for a bishop. And I should have pushed the pawn up here. Okay, so I've gone a little mistake there. But I was aiming to get the rook back as I did, just so I could defend laterally here. So obviously he could come across, we drop back. That's a blunder. So what did I do here? King up. So now we're +2, +3 better. We made another mistake or a blunder here. E5 is a blunder. We should have played the king straight forward. King straight forward was the right move there. Okay, but he's only 2 moves off this, but we just come up anyway, don't we? So this is what you take your time in your own games for, to try and learn from your mistakes. But in this position, he should have gone right across and hit the pawn immediately. I guess if I push takes, rook takes, we are then a pawn up still. And you'd have took that a number of moves ago. So in this position, I've just gone forward. And now it's 6.7 better. Obviously, we're just simply going to mate in one threat. I assumed you could drop the bishop back. Then we can maybe just switch sides, or we can push the pawn. So he's moved his rook, and we've just taken the bishop. Was there anything better? Let's turn the engine on. Yeah, bishop to d8. Oh, the engine's changed its mind, actually. It's in bishop to g5 or bishop to d8. Yeah, then rook to h7 right across the board to get behind his pawn. We create a mate threat this side. Then you have to play bishop up or king across. Either way, we got check and we win the bishop, and then suddenly we're 2 pawns up. Wow. So that's why you don't give up in games, isn't it, when it looks hopeless? Because sometimes you evaluate it incorrectly and it wasn't as bad as what it actually looked. So it is what it is. So not a bad game in the end.